It's October 1st, 2024. That is the date in which I am scripting this video. I was supposed to do a gimmick where I drop this video when BBTAG goes on sale, but I've been a victim of extreme procrastination. So instead, if BBTAG doesn't go on sale again before the year 2025, I will delete this video. The reason why I'm willing to make this bet is because there is a 0% chance that BBTAG doesn't go on sale in some capacity, either via Steam or PlayStation, in the next 90 days. And that's because BBTAG is always on sale. Now, if I were to throw my 2 cents in, it is a beautiful thing for one of my favorite fighting games of all time to be easily accessible at a discounted amount for everyone to enjoy multiple times throughout the year. But let's leave me out of it for now. Let's talk about you and why you clicked on this video. Maybe you've always had an eye on this game, but have just not pulled the trigger and made the purchase yet. Perhaps you love tag fighting games, but this one just missed your radar. Or it's not far-fetched to say you are having 2x KO withdrawals since the Alpha Lab ended, and everyone keeps mentioning BBTAG as a close alternative you can try in the meantime, but you just aren't sure if that's the route you want to take. So, should you buy Blazblue Cross Tag Battle? Right here? Right now? I'm going to give you my answer at the end of the video, but before then, let's break down how the Blazblue Cross Tag Battle community, scene, and experience looks like at the moment. Also, disclaimer, this video will be purely based on a North American perspective. There's a whole world of BBTAG out there, literally, but I don't want this video to be 2 hours long, so just keep that in mind. Let's be honest, the whole purpose of a fighting game is to fight, usually another human player. And I think one of the biggest factors that would hold someone back from buying a game like BBTAG, which is coming up on its 7-year anniversary in 2025, God, I am old, is feeling like they will have no one to play it with. And based on my observations and experiences, there are still a lot of people to play BBTAG with. Now, you're probably thinking this is the part where I'm gonna talk about Discord servers where you can find games with the most dedicated players to enforce the Discord fighter stamp of approval games like BBTAG are constantly plagued with. And I mean, I'm gonna do that soon, but not now actually. Because the fact of the matter is, you can actually just boot up and play BBTAG. No Discord server, no private lobbies. You can just play the game. You want me to prove it? Alright, I got you. Alright, so it's around 5 PM on October 3rd, 2024, and I'm booting up the PS4 version of Blazblue Cross Tag Battle. Now what we're gonna do is really simple. We're just gonna go into the public lobby and see if people are there. Yeah, I mean, upon entering, there are definitely people here. There's actually 7 people here altogether. Yeah, I haven't like pinged any Discord servers or anything. I just kind of joined just to see who we could find. Let's see how long it takes for us to get a match. I wonder if this individual already up. And just like that, I mean, in a matter of seconds, I just booted up on a random evening here for BBTAG and we're already playing. Insane. Alright, I'm on Mixbox, so I don't expect this to go well. We'll try our best here. Watch this. I'll just simply gab. Oh! So close, so close. They gotta buff Yang, bro. Let's get one more patch. Let's buff Yang. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It might be over now. Listen. It's close enough where I think I'm gonna believe in myself. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. I'm supposed to be filming right now, but I'm on BBTAG. I gotta imagine BBTAG. I'm gonna play some more BBTAG, damn it. Let's play some more BBTAG.
3 hours later.
Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty. Alright, GG's. Okay, so one thing that you do have to keep in mind, alright, whenever you're done with the set, whenever you're playing BBTAG online, one thing you want to do, you want to go over here to your triangle menu. There's 3 things that you must send after every set. You want to hit them with the GG, okay? You want to hit them with the thanks for the games, right? They even know the cadence as well. You hit them with the thanks for the games, and then you got to hit them with the bow right at the end of the set. Don't do it after every game, though. Don't be corny. But once you're done with the set, let them know and then you can go on with about your day. All right, and it's as simple as that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be able to log into BBTAG at any time and have the same results. You know, there are definitely popular play hours that are mostly dedicated to the afternoon and early evenings. You do have some night owls here and there, but ultimately, this game has a very dedicated player base. People want to hop on BBTAG, and that's because it's fun.
Can somebody clip this for me? This is the single best moment of my life.
But beyond that, it's also a unique game. The experience you find in BBTAG through its active switch mix-ups, team synergies, chaotic neutral, and clutch sequences is something uniquely the BBTAG.
The BBTAG.
And we probably won't get another experience like it again. However, let's refocus here. Say you do want to find those games at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. What should you do? Well, if you're in North America, you're going to want to join the Intertwining Fates Discord server. This server has 400 plus members and has become the gathering ground for all things related to the North American BBTAG scene. Whether it be event announcements, promotion, event coordination, discussions, offline meetups, or matchmaking, Intertwining Fates has become the modern day hub of BBTAG. I'm mentioning this Discord server to you because it is awesome and I want you to be a knower. You'll find an invite link for the server in the description of this video. Although you can absolutely play BBTAG through a public lobby experience, having access to the community is just objectively the better idea. And I mean, Intertwining Fates is how you're going to be able to find everybody. But don't take my word for it. Hear what Midori, one of the admins and founders of the server, has to say about the Intertwining Fates server.
One of the reasons I specifically wanted to help create Intertwining Fates, because initially this was not my server. It was actually Fated the Dragon that created it. Over time, he and a couple other people that we initially had running it, we all went our own separate ways in terms of either running in the community or doing things IRL, which is all perfectly fair. But at some point, I looked at the server and what potential it could have had with what we set up, and I thought to myself, there could be so much more done here. We could use this as an opportunity to give players the chance to really have one central hub. We have basically almost every major TO running there as well, so if there's any events that are going through, you're going to see them there. If you're ever trying to get advice from things, there are character specialists from pretty much everyone on the roster, so you could always ask there, and you'll be able to get a good answer too. Ultimately, Intertwining Fates, I believe, is now a cornerstone of the community, and that makes me incredibly happy. Now, what my favorite, most proud accomplishment is relating to Intertwining Fates, I suppose it has to be either getting everything together to make this a central pillar of the community, or being able to run the Masters of series. The Masters of series, I personally wanted to be a online major. I want it to feel different, and I want it to feel important. Something that people can look forward to annually, and know that all of their efforts for getting better at the game, for sticking with it, are going to be rewarded. We, G-Tech and I, and everyone on the team, Master Chief, Fated the Dragon, created a wonderful event that we were allowed to make feel substantial. We didn't put $500 as a starting base for nothing. We want this to feel gigantic, for lack of a better term. And I believe that we've been able to accomplish that so far with the first two. We're just about to finish Masters of the Night as we're recording this, and I think it went even better than the first one, and it's only going to get better from here. There's a reason we have, I want to say, over 300 people within IF right now that are all just playing games with one another. Now, obviously, not all of them are playing. Not all of them are consistently asking in the matchmaking pings to, like, play with people. But I think the fact that we're consistently getting new people on day-to-day, and we're still seeing that welcome channel just flash white with a bunch of new names, I think that means something. The community so far, and everyone that's currently involved, has been absolutely wonderful. It feels like home. And I think that's all you can really ask of for a game that didn't really have the best reputation at first. But ultimately that doesn't matter to these people. They just want to enjoy the game that they love, the one that they grew up with, and I think that's wonderful.
So once you've grinded a few casual matches and you want to test your skills, there's no shortage of online events you can enter for BBTAG. All of them are great and completely community ran. In 2024, we have even had events hosted by huge online tournament organizer platforms like Tampa Never Sleeps and Paragon. But there are two big standout tournaments that I'd personally highlight just due to their longevity, quality, and commitment to the community alone. And that's going to be the Big 8, which happens weekly on Tuesday nights, and Wednesday Night Fights, which happens weekly on... what day is it on again? The Big 8 is hosted by DonCon, Cataclysm, and crew over at twitch.tv/ICUHater through the Gauntlet Discord server. DonCon is a hell of a guy. Like, he's been holding down the BBTAG scene for years at this point. And his online tournaments really started to take off when the pandemic hit and online became the only way that we could play the game. DonCon already had the foreground laid out for the Big 8, as it was an online series that's around even before the pandemic, and has been a breeding ground for high-level players we have seen go on to win majors down the line.
That's gonna win him the tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, you are newly crowned Big 8 champion, the winner of Big 8 number 48, none other than Emu Chop Suey.
Pressure opportunity, DP, teleport overhead! We have super! Spend it, Chop Suey! Your Frosty Faustings 16 Blazblue Cross Tag Battle champion!
I mean, listen, I just checked the number of the last tournament DonCon hosted for BBTAG as of writing the script, and it's number 227. Bro is close to spending almost a calendar year worth of days hosting BBTAG tournaments. That's insane. Beyond being a swell guy and a very capable player of the game as well, DonCon is also an entertainer.
Ooh, the 5C! Yes, we spend and we get the kill.
Bing bang!
Some of the most out-of-the-box ideas and events for the community have come from the mind of DonCon, including, but not limited to, the 5 Fingers of Death exhibitions, where a player is put through a gauntlet-style flurry of sets against mystery opponents, and a literal Royal Rumble inspired by the WWE pay-per-view of the same name, where you literally get 30 consecutive sets with entrant numbers and player entrances and the whole deal, where the last player standing wins.
Coming to the ring from the South Pole, he wants you to drink water. Former Big 8 champion Blue Sub.
The wildness isn't just for these special occasions though, no. Because the thing about the Big 8 that I haven't mentioned yet is that there's a special rule for the weekly Big 8 tournaments. If your character gets hit by an astral finish, that character is pronounced dead for the rest of your Big 8 run for that night.
Apologize! And that's a Yumi Astro. Damn!
And you can no longer use them in the tournament. Yes, really. DonCon and his crew's personality, combined with the antics of hosting a BBTAG bracket of this kind, provides a one-of-a-kind experience, which makes it no wonder why Don has been able to build a dedicated fan base for his Big 8 series. Be sure to check out the Big 8 if you have a Tuesday night free. If you have a Wednesday night free though, you need to check out my peoples over on the WNF platform, short for Wednesday Night Fights. What day is it on again? The cool thing about WNF is that they have a rotating schedule to accommodate both PS4 and PC play. One week will be PS4, the next week will be Steam. So if you have one version of the game, you have a dedicated bi-weekly that you can grind. But if you're a crazy person who owns both versions of the game, you have a weekly tournament where you get to compete against 2 distinct and very different player bases. WNF is graciously ran by Master Chief of Level Up Productions and streamed by Ready30 of the Ponytail Appreciation Militia, going to war for the existence of hairbands since he started breeding in an effort to protect Sienna at all costs. There are no crazy Astro rules in play for WNF, so expect things to be played by the books, but E30 and Cheap made a commitment to servicing the BBTAG online community pretty much as soon as the pandemic started. I feel like this information is lost on newer players, but before WNF was an online tournament series, it was actually an offline local tournament series based out of Southern California. In fact, you know this. You just don't know that you know this. Listen, have you seen this?
it to my face right now.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a little.
Too high. And that's it. That's it. And Jay is popping off. He is popping off right now.
There's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened, and you're gonna want to come back at me, and you're gonna want to wash the taste of my elbow out of your mouth.
Yeah, dude, that was at WNF back in the day. Now, BBTAG at WNF has never had a LTG Viscont moment, but the SoCal BBTAG scene was a thing at WNF. And Master Chief and Ready 30 were some of the frontrunners of it at that time.
Oh my goodness.
I'm dying right now. I'm dying. Oh my god.
Once COVID lockdown hit and WNF transitioned into an online model, E30 and Master Chief took it upon themselves to represent for the BBTAG scene. And represent, they have definitely done. For context, this is what the WNF Online Edition Start GG page looked like back in September of 2020. I mean, look at all those games, my gosh. Not even all of them have rollback, those are some dark times. And, well, this is what it looks like now. BBTAG and Soul Calibur 6 are the last games standing. Although I love Song Mina, I don't know the story for Soul Calibur 6 and why they're still standing to this day. Hit up Big Papa Chunk for that. But I do know Master Chief and Ready 30 are the two that keep the BBTAG train chugging along for 4 years, going on 5 years strong. Every Wednesday night, you can come out and fight in some BBTAG.
As per usual, all good things must come to an end. So for now, stay safe, stay beautiful, drink your water, tell your friends and family you love them. Most importantly, shout outs to Bird Gang.
Oh, it's the Bird Gang.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
What day is it on? Now there is another online scene we must talk about here, and honestly, this is going to be the one that's most relevant to most of you watching this video. Let me break it down. All the veteran players, the boomers, the sweats, those are the players who will be playing in WNF, the Big 8, and utilizing the Intertwining Fates Discord server mostly. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can watch, interact with, and compete against some of the best players North America has to offer utilizing these 3 avenues. But if you want an accessible BBTAG community catered towards beginner and intermediate players with a matchmaking and tournament system that is catered towards helping you grow as a player, then TMN, short for Training Mode Network, is a community you need to join. TMN is a Discord server that services a multitude of online communities dedicated to mostly, but not exclusively, anime fighting game titles, BBTAG being one of those blessed titles. The entire aim of the server is to establish a collective of players who are learning a game or are at an intermediate level, and luckily, BBTAG gets this treatment. There are strict policies in place to maintain the integrity of these skill capped brackets. One rule you should know is that there is no such thing as being able to farm a TMN event. Once you win 2 TMN brackets for a game, you graduate from the tournament series and are no longer allowed to enter. This ensures that players who have grown out of the TMN system don't overstay their welcome, but also gives players a goal to strive for to try to work close to graduation week in and week out. I love that this type of community exists, and I wish it was something I had access to when I first tried learning fighting games. This system works too, by the way. I have seen players who have graduated from TMN brackets move on to perform in WNF and even offline brackets. It's really cool to see a player's growth and evolution in real time like that, and have it translate to success outside of the TMN community. So yeah, if you want to be a part of a community for BBTAG that has players who are also just trying to get a hang of the game, do yourself a favor and join the TMN server and potentially one of the TMN tournaments. Just keep in mind that TMN only runs brackets on the Steam version of BBTAG.
Jeez, Riley is your champion.
Number 3.
Congrats to Riley for graduating.
Congratulations, Riley.
Put on your graduation suit.
Now, I'm not being fully transparent here. You see, Intertwining Fates, Big 8, WNF, TMN, these are main hubs for North American BBTAG play, but they're only a hub for a section of it. You see, The main platforms to play BBTAG on nowadays are via PS4 or Steam, or as the community calls it, PC Tag. We'll talk about PC Tag later, that's a whole separate topic, but there's actually another platform that BBTAG is on that still has a lively and bustling player base, and that's the Nintendo Switch community. Yeah, you can even play BBTAG with people on the Nintendo Switch. Now, objectively speaking, I gotta let you know that you will not have the same experience as you do on PC Tag or on PS4 Tag if you plan to play BBTAG on the Switch, because there is one big drawback about playing BBTAG on the Switch. You see, in late 2021, it was announced that BBTAG would be getting rollback netcode. And sure enough, in 2022, the BBTAG community was free from having to Twitch block 5Cs, guest tech on throws, and dealing with Hilda, a character who is literally carried by delay-based netcode and is never going to see success in an offline setting.
My goodness. Getting one more hit to finish the job. Here comes out. Oh my god. Yeah, all right, down to the wire, and with the delay 5 BB, just like that. Live from Korea is your CEO 2021 Blazblue Cross Tag Battle Grand Champion!
Wait a minute, but there were only 2 blessed platforms who received the gift that is rollback netcode, and those platforms are PC and PS4. Switch, unfortunately, did not receive the rollback netcode makeover, but that hasn't stopped this player base from pulling up and playing the video game. Meet Wrathsilk, a longtime BBTAG player who originated from the Nintendo Switch BBTAG community and has since made appearances on other platforms and even other fighting game titles like Multi-Blood Type Lumina and Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, but hasn't forgot their roots as a Switch tag player. They still support the Nintendo Switch BBTAG community to this day, alongside a variety of other Nintendo Switch anime fighting games in the form of the Switch It Up series that they've been running for over a year now. And there it is, you know, where you can play the BBTAG, at least in an online setting, that is. What if you wanted an in-person experience? What if you want to interact with the scene in an offline space? What if you wanted to play BBTAG at a major?
That is rough around the edges. That will barely kill. And just like that, radial barrel, last qualifier into the top 8. Dante avoiding the hazard zone on there. Get those people off the stage.
Oh, and Raiden, yeah, emotional, and for good reason, earning that spot, taking it down. That is top 8.
Believe it or not, there are options for you to compete in this game offline. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle is still hosted as a main and side game at a few key tournaments in the modern landscape. In my opinion, there are 4 key events that you should keep an eye out for on a year-by-year basis. I call these tournaments the Mount Rushmore of offline BBTAG, and they are as follows: Frosty Faustings in Lombard, Illinois. I just call it Chicago. Combo Breaker in Schaumburg, Illinois. I just call it Chicago. Evo in Las Vegas, Nevada. And CEO Taku in Orlando, Florida. Ironically enough, these 4 events are nearly perfectly seasonal as well, with Frosty's being in the winter, bring your sweaters. Combo Breaker pretty much always being in May or the springtime, Evo falling somewhere within the summertime in Vegas of all places, stay hydrated, and CEO Taku landing somewhere closer to the fall months, where you would think you can dress like you're going to Frosty's, but you should still dress like you're going to Evo because it's so humid. The BBTAG experience at all 4 of these events are very unique in their own ways, so let's break these tournaments down one by one and let you know what you're getting into if you were to attend or even spectate a BBTAG tournament at these events. Frosty Faustings for not even just BBTAG, but the majority of the FGC landscape is always the first major event of the year. It usually takes place in January or February, which is a perfect time frame where people have survived the holidays and are ready to capitalize on their New Year's resolution to travel and play in more tournaments. And what better first tournament is there to travel to than one where you have dozens of games on the main lineup, all equipped with their own streamed finals, a 24-hour venue, and a Target that's right across the street that you could buy snacks from. Man, I love that Target. Fortunately, Frosty Faustings has chosen to host BBTAG as a main game at their event for the entirety of the game's lifespan. It's been featured on a lineup for every year that it's been out. Okay, not that year. We don't talk about that year, alright? But through this blessing, players in the community have viewed Frosty Faustings as one of the most reliable opportunities to meet up with longtime friends in the BBTAG scene. Not to mention, it's in the Midwest, which already has a good amount of players who live within the region to begin with, but it's also not too far for other regions of North America to travel to. So you end up getting a nice melting pot of competition within these brackets. However, I should also mention it's in the Midwest, which means it is near neither coast of the United States. It's a bit tough and expensive for international competition to travel here, and it shows. However, that hasn't stopped the likes of Elon New 13 from Korea and Nezu from Japan from joining us within the last couple of years. And listen, even with international travel being a roadblock due to location, for a game like BBTAG that is again nearly 7 years into its lifespan, the numbers are good. At Frosty Fausting 16 this year, 81 people entered the bracket for BBTAG. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle did not have the lowest amount of entrants at the event as a main game title. Far from it, actually. And 81 entrants is a number that's within 10 entrants of the amount of people that entered Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Skullgirls Second Encore, and Dragon Ball Fighters. That's a solid group to be in. So in short, yes, go to Frosty Faustings to play BBTAG. The community is always pulling up for it, and the organizers always seem keen to hosting it. Yes. So about that, pretty massive editor's note here. Luck has it that Frosty Fausting 16 announced their lineup as I was making this video. And there's been a development to say the least. Let me go ahead and show y'all what's up. So this is the full lineup. Let me hide myself so y'all can really take this all in here. So as you'll notice, there is no Blazblue Cross Tag Battle on the lineup. Now, let me get one thing straight. This does not invalidate anything that I've said about the event. In fact, it makes this next section extremely important. So please listen to that. Thank you. But even in the event that BBTAG is no longer in the main game lineup, we have Vortex Gallery, an event within Frosty Faustings hosted by 956 Productions, who is a tournament organization group previously known as Anime Evo, who runs side tournaments within major tournaments such as Frosty Faustings, as well as their own online major that's also known as Vortex Gallery, where BBTAG is also hosted as a main event. That's all a word salad, I know, but bear with me here. All I'm trying to really say is, Vortex Gallery have started hosting big scale side tournaments at Frosty Faustings as of late, and the presentation is clean. Even if that day comes where BBTAG becomes a Vortex Gallery game, the feeling of competing at Frosty's should still be there. Hey yo, real quick though, whether we're at Frosty's or Vortex Gallery, can we get a stream for pools? Or I mean, I know that's a lot to ask, but at least hook my family up with a top 16 stream, dog. Listen, my ass was out there 2 years ago streaming pools on my cell phone. Using hotel Wi-Fi, I paid $20 a day for. That's Portillo's money, bro. Not to mention, I ain't built for this. I streamed the whole thing in portrait mode. Couldn't figure out how to get it to landscape worth a damn. You got history being made on a screen, within a screen, within a screen for the people watching at home, and although there's something novel about that experience, at the same time, more stream time would be more appreciated. We love y'all, Frosties. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the beat back.
Now let's move on to Combo Breaker, the tournament with branding so powerful that if I had to make an FGC fit starter kit, I would have to include either the Combo Breaker shirt or flannel on the list, right next to the Snackbox Micro and an evil water bottle with a broken strap. Combo Breaker is a massive tournament, alright? It's a big deal. You're talking there were over 4,500 attendees for Combo Breaker 2024, and that's just counting people registered on StartGG. we aren't even accounting for the spectators. One of the big reasons I love going to Combo Breaker is because of how balanced it is. The multi-stage layout and crowds of people do make it feel quite grand and almost Evo-esque in some ways. But you only have to take a few steps away from the main ballroom to go to the side game rooms to restore the feeling of some of the pre-pandemic Combo Breakers, where things feel a lot more novel and intimate. And that sentiment of, you can go to Combo Breaker and play whatever you want, feels a bit more valid. This is all thanks to Combo Breaker's All In Together event. This is a side event within Combo Breaker where communities of smaller games can set up and have their games hosted at Combo Breaker, and their title will be backed by a stage, dedicated floor space, a stream, medals, and in some cases, even tournament setups. The community extends the hand for organization, presence, and participation, while Combo Breaker extends the hand for production, polish, and execution. It's a beautiful relationship. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle has been featured at Combo Breaker's All In Together tournament in 2024, organized by G-Tech, and in 2022, organized by Plus Frames GG. Wait a minute, that's me. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle wasn't a part of Combo Breaker's All In Together 2023 because it was actually a main game. By the way, Combo Breaker 2023 for BBTAG delivered one of the best top 8 finals I've ever seen for this game. Seriously, if you're at all interested, I can't not recommend you enough to go and watch it. The narrative, matches, and emotion was just some peak BBTAG action through and through. It's one of my favorite events for the game that I've ever seen. But that was then, and this is now. How is Blazblue Cross Tag Battle at Combo Breaker nowadays? Well, it's no secret that it's on the smaller scale on the entrance spectrum in comparison to all the events I mentioned before. While Combo Breaker is one of the biggest FGC events of the year, there's a few main reasons why BBTAG doesn't pop off as much there. One reason is BBTAG is pretty nestled within the side game territory for now, which can affect the overall perception of the event for people who are looking to fly out to an event with a primary focus to play BBTAG. That's completely fair. Another aspect is that Combo Breaker basically always falls on Memorial Day weekend, which is one of the most popular travel weekends out of the year. More airport traffic means higher flight prices. The ticket price for a flight to Chicago in January for Frosty Faustings, when it is freezing cold and right after the holiday bustle, in comparison to a flight to Chicago in May for Combo Breaker, where the weather is beautiful and it's on a travel-heavy holiday weekend, are night and day ticket prices. Seriously, I always thought Chicago was an expensive city to travel to because I only experienced traveling to it specifically for Combo Breaker. It wasn't until I went to my first Frosty Faustings where I set aside a ton of money for the ticket alone just to see the price and go, that's it? Dude, with that amount of savings, I can use the rollover funds to buy every legal adult who signs up for BBTAG a bottle of Malort. But yeah, BBTAG at Combo Breaker is a thing. It's just not the thing, you know? You'll get a lot of entrants in this bracket of people who are there to mainly play other games, but will always give BBTAG a fair shake when given the opportunity. Since Combo Breaker is so massive, that does end up attracting a fair level of competition. But if you're going to the Midwest specifically to play or watch high-level BBTAG, you're going to want to go to Frosty Faustings in my opinion. There's a reason why Combo Breaker is so massive though, and that's because it's a must-attend event. Obviously, I'm here to talk about BBTAG, but generally speaking, you should attend Combo Breaker to experience what the event has to offer. It's an FGC staple. So we've covered one of the biggest fighting game events of the year. Now it's time to cover the biggest fighting game event of the year. It's EVO in the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. Grah! I love trying to survive in 100 plus degree weather in a desert oasis that's in the middle of nowhere and breathing in secondhand smoke on casino floors to give me a good luck charm for my close at 10 a.m. That's what I live for. Nah, I mean, they got tacos o gordo though, so I'm not gonna go too hard on them. Look, if you stumbled upon this video, I'm just going to assume you're deep enough into the FGC to know what EVO is. I mean, at this point, EVO has arguably transcended the FGC and infiltrated other gaming spaces to be known as the fighting game Super Bowl. We have had big time influencers like RDC World, Lily Pichu, and Pokimane all in attendance at EVO. the latter of which who is a co-founder of RTS, a talent management and brand consulting firm that has partial ownership of EVO. Let that sink in. Did you really think I was going to make a video that discusses EVO without mentioning our Lord and Savior of the FGC, Pokimane? One thing you may not know about EVO though is the EVO Community Showcase. Back in 2023, EVO unveiled some groundbreaking news about how they were changing their side tournament structure. With a main game EVO lineup that is becoming more and more exclusive as the years roll along in a landscape where fighting game releases won't slow down, EVO established a community showcase event that honestly, from what I know, shares a lot of similarities to the Vortex Gallery and Combo Breaker all-in together events we discussed earlier. The production for these side events at EVO are no joke, by the way. At EVO 2024, the stage for the Community Showcase Finals was huge, and it was almost smack dab in the middle of the venue, meaning you couldn't miss it. This gave so many amazing titles their chance to shine at the biggest fighting game event of the year. Much to my surprise, BBTAG has been featured as a Community Showcase game in 2023 and in 2024, so there's no question the stage is set. But who's coming out to play? Well, EVO runs into a similar situation as Combo Breaker, but with a bit more nuance. You see, there are not many people who are traveling to EVO to play Blazblue Cross Tag Battle as their primary focused game. There are some, but they are a minority. So in practice, you get a lot of entrants who just happen to be at EVO and decide to enter BBTAG for the love of the game. Again, similar to Combo Breaker. The big difference, however, is this is freaking EVO. This is the fighting game event of the year. So naturally, you're going to be pulling a lot of entrants from a ton of interesting places within the community. Not to mention, some of the struggles of international competition are slightly alleviated at this event just due to the pure nature of the event being so massive. I mean, just take a look at the top 8 of the EVO Community Showcase this year for BBTAG. You have Blackjet from Brazil finishing 7th, Hashimo from Japan finishing 3rd, and Mohican Sky Kisik of Canada winning the entire thing at 1st place.
4A gets a check. Does True Sky have the routing in order to do this? To the Sky.
Atkins!
He wants the ass!
Atkins is the thing!
The Microsoft Paint install with the pop-off Sky!
All of these players did not come out to EVO just to play BBTAG. They entered other titles. But EVO being, well, EVO is probably a big draw as to why they were around in the first place. And that's the beauty of BBTAG at EVO lately. You never really know who's going to pull up. But somehow, top tier competition has never failed to be a part of the equation. So I mean, how do I phrase this? You probably shouldn't go to EVO to play BBTAG. You should go to EVO to go to EVO, because it's EVO. But if you're at EVO and you play BBTAG, you should hella enter BBTAG. The bracket is going to be a banger, and I promise it's worth making time for. And now we move things over to Orlando, Florida to discuss the event that is CEO Taku. Now, before we even talk about BBTAG at CEO Taku, I'm going to self-insert here and just say I love CEO Taku, period. This is truly one of my favorite fighting game tournaments. I mean, if you love anime fighting games like me, they are celebrated here like no other event out there that I've experienced in North America. I may be jumping ahead in my usual cadence here for event breakdowns to get my shilling done early, but like, nah, really, if you love anime fighting games, come to CEO Taku, dude. This is the place to be. Not to mention, the event is hosted by Jabali, who is a Twitch emote and a fighting game character, but also an all-around cool guy, who themes the events after franchises he loves, which makes for some of the coolest event branding I've ever seen. Like, get this, CEO Taku 2023 was themed after Final Fantasy VII, which led to the event hosting Guys as a main game. And they made these insane looking medals. I mean, just look at this thing. That's mine, by the way. I won Idol Showdown at CEO Otaku 2023. Don't worry about why I'm in a wig and a basketball jersey, alright? Just know that I'm him, and that's my medal, alright? Anyways, CEO Otaku BBTAG. Listen, this is the one, and the community knows it's the one. CEO Otaku and Frosty Faustings have become the bread and butter of the BBTAG community. I don't know which one is the bread and which one is the butter. You go to both and decide for yourself. So many talented players travel to this event, and it's easy to see why. The best of the best that the competitive landscape has to offer wants to be here. Also, more importantly, some of the international travel concerns that crop up for the events that we've discussed so far aren't as harsh for an event like CEO Otaku, or at least the CEO Otaku events that are held in September. Due to that, we have had so many players from Asia travel to CEO Otaku to create unforgettable memories and experiences. Players such as Nanashi,
oh, that was so sneaky. He faked that he was going to cross with JC and landed in the front.
Nezu,
Like you said, all it takes is one hit. That's going to be the Hama-On that will be activating the death mark, and Nezu will be able to get the game on the board.
Hikikzu,
Has to be really careful. George is right there.
Oh my gosh!
With the comeback on the Rachel Pikachu with a 1 HP.
Isn't
Hashimo,
He's a pretty good 2v1 character. So Hashimo's going to put the hurting on now, and he does so. 6p.
Yeah.
Teruto,
Death. Wall to wall damage.
There it is. That'll do it. Teruto able to tie it up 1-1.
Neogaranzan,
DHC understanding it's not going to go for the kill. What a cross up with the dive kick. I didn't see it. I was not paying attention to that.
Watamasa,
Flying all over the place. What do?
Not block the mix-up. That is...
and Elon
Super is available, and that is it. Elon's going to be moving on here. Elon very, very happy with the results.
have all traveled to CEO Otaku just within the past 2 years. To get a sense of the representation, check out the CEO Otaku 2022 BBTAG NA vs Asia 6v6 exhibition. If you're familiar with a certain Weiss cosplayer who has gone viral a few times within the fighting game community, you may already know about this event for other reasons, but this exhibition stands as such a cool showcase of what CEO Otaku is all about. Dream matchups, and some of the highest levels of offline play you can get in North America. At the time of writing this video, the best Narukami Adachi player in the world, Okada RK from Korea, is a confirmed attendee for CEO Otaku 2024. This will not only be Okada's first North American tournament, but also just their first time in North America, period. Okada this year and Elon last year were able to travel to the event thanks to the efforts and gracious donations from the community in their respective fundraiser events organized by Plus Range GG. Wait a minute, that's me. Also, at the time of writing this, Sykes of Mexico is also trying to fundraise their journey to CEO Otaku 2024. So if you're watching this video before 2025, please check the link in the description to learn more about him and consider donating. He'd greatly appreciate it. But like, look at that. All these fundraisers and representation for CEO Otaku is because people really want to go to CEO Otaku. Frosty Faustings is going to deliver consistent high-level North American competition. There's no doubt about that. Combo Breaker and Evo will always be there for the community, and it's a cool thing to support if you happen to be there. But CEO Otaku, in my honest opinion, is the home of BBTAG. Or at least my home for BBTAG. Again, Frosty Faustings is an amazing event in its own right, but for CEO Otaku, the roots for the scene were planted way back during CEO 2021, where the BBTAG community created a huge uproar to try to get the game hosted as a main game at CEO 2021, which was the first major FGC event hosted following COVID lockdowns. Miraculously, Lord Jabali heard us, and BBTAG was not only hosted at CEO 2021 as a main game, that's also where rollback netcode for the game was announced, which was just unbelievable to say the least. This was an unforgettable moment for every BBTAG player in attendance. If you're watching this and you're a BBTAG player, leave a comment letting me know where you were and what your reaction was to this announcement so people know how insane this was. So the people are there, online and offline. But what's going on with the game though? So here's the thing. I'm not going to give you a BBTAG tutorial in this video because the people before me have already created this content, and quite frankly, what they have said is going to be much more valuable than what I'm going to say at this point. I'ma just beg you to play Mitsuru, but the good information is already out there. Days has approximately 2 hours of content that eloquently explains defense, offense, and neutral. Diaphone has a video that can teach you Yumi in 58 seconds, alongside other valuable guides. BoJack has a fantastic video about character overviews that's a little dated, but will still give a great idea about how each character plays. Hell, even I have a video about some of the best characters and teams you can play in the game to learn it. It's one of the best videos I've ever made. That's not me being pompous, by the way, it's literally my second most viewed YouTube video of all time. You'll also want to make use of Dustloop, an online frame data resource that's going to help you out with quite a bit when it comes to learning this game. And Replay Theater, that's a match database that's going to help you find replays of players playing your characters and teams. Again, check these resources out if you really want to learn the game. I'll link them in the description. But for now, I do have something I need to address, so listen close. This game is not as unbalanced as you think it is. Character variety is real. There's often an outsider perception of this game that plagues it to this day that, I don't know man, Adachi and Yumi are top tier characters that ruin the meta, and that every successful high-level team is just a character that utilizes one of them for success. But the data doesn't support that. I mean, just take a look at this spreadsheet and look who's at the top of the list for the most top 8 placements at offline majors since CEO 2021. Okay, they're pretty popular, but hear me out. Again, this data was taken from top 8 placements from offline majors since CEO 2021. So that includes the Mount Rushmore of BBTAG tournaments we talked about earlier. I also threw in data for CEO 2021 and CEO 2022. We didn't talk about those, but those were pretty notable BBTAG tournaments as well. Anyways, now you'll see Yumi is comfortably at the top spot, with 26 major top 8s under her belt. Adachi isn't too far behind, with a humble 18 top 8 appearances tied with Carmine, actually. That's a lot of success. However, they are not necessary if you want to be the best at one of these events. Check this out. In over 26 top 8 appearances, Yumi has only won 2 offline major tournaments in North America over the past 3 years. There are 11 other characters who have won just as many tournaments as her, if not more. And one of those characters isn't even Adachi. Bro has won only a single tournament, and he wasn't even used in the grand finals to win it. The fact of the matter is, yes, there are good characters in this game. There are great characters in this game, and there are exceptional characters in this game. But overall, player skill and dedication alongside mastery of the game's core mechanics can trump a lot of the tier list. I mean, just look at the top 2 most successful first place characters we have on this list. We have Ragna and Chie. I'll start with Chie because Chie is undoubtedly a high tier pick. However, 2 of her victories did not even come from a team comp that most Chie players would consider to be in her top 5 best teams. Those victories came from a player that we've mentioned earlier in the video by the name of Chop Suey, who uses the team comp of Izayoi and Chie. Izayoi, by comparison, is a mid to mid-high tier character who is mostly regarded as a specialist pick. She's not very popular. Not to mention, Izayoi and Chie as a duo do not have the most synergy in the world. Chop Suey makes it work though, and to a high degree. He is currently one of North America's strongest players, and has a win at Frosty Faustings and CEO Taku to prove it. And yes, he did have to overcome both Yumi and Adachi in order to win these tournaments. Hell, at CEO Taku, he had to beat the literal team comp of Adachi Yumi in winners finals. As for Ragna, this is the dude who has the most first place finishes at offline majors in the post-lockdown era, sitting at 4 gold medals. 3 of these first place finishes was earned by your favorite scrub. Nah, this isn't a lead up, that is Bro's tag, it's Yo Fave Scrub. Yo Fave Scrub means the team comp of Ragna Ruby, and for a while made a strong case as one of the best BBTAG players in the post-lockdown era. There was a period of time where the majority of the community would probably consider him the best North American BBTAG player. Ragna in BBTAG is a solid character, about as strong as Izioi if not slightly better. And of course, Ruby is the BBTAG darling. This character has never been below top 10, but I'd say in today's BBTAG landscape, she's probably towards the lower end of that spectrum, as opposed to where she has previously been comfortably nestled in the top 5 territory for years. So how has Yo Fave Scrub seen so much success in high-level tournaments with a team comp of 2 characters that aren't even top 5, one of them not even being top 10? It's because he's cute, he's clean, and he's the man of my dreams.
Scrub, kinda cute. Scrub, kinda clean.
Scrub is definitely looking like the man of my dreams. Strong core fundamentals, game knowledge, and the ability to overwhelm their opponent is what has led to Yo Fave Scrub's consistent success. And listen, yes, he had to beat Yumi for these wins. He has had to beat Adachi for these wins. And although he didn't win CEO Taku 2023, it is documented that he has had to beat the Yumi Adachi team in tournament before. Which I keep mentioning that to try to reinforce my point, but the fact of the matter is, the Yumi Adachi team comp has never won a BBTAG offline tournament at one of the Mountain Rushmore events at least. In fact, go ask a high-level BBTAG player who they think the best team in the game is, and count how many of them say Yumi Adachi. The amount may surprise you. I was about to start recording the next section, but while we're here, can we get a nice little zoom in on the RIP Bozo section? Listen, if you want to change the world, go win one of the Mount Rushmore events with one of these characters. They could use some loving. They've never been in the top 8 or in a first place finish. RIP Bozo. Perception is everything. And if you take nothing else away from this video, I want you to at least be able to know that BBTAG isn't dominated by any one player, character, playstyle, or meta. There are a multitude of approaches to this game because the system allows for experimentation and varied win conditions. We'd have to have an even deeper conversation about the varied approaches to this game if we were to widen the scope of this video to a worldwide scale rather than just a North American one. But I don't have unlimited free time, and I feel like this video is already going to be one of my longer ones. My ass is not summoning Salt. However, if I were to highlight one more player in this section as the gold standard of innovation, style, and uniqueness, who I've seen have some success in this game, we would actually have to move this conversation to the online world, so I can talk about the one and only mustached villain, also known as Finicky Fox.
So good. I'm so freaking good, dude. I'm the best player ever.
Mustached Villain, MV for short, is an anomaly of a player. They rock a patented and unique duo of Iron Tiger and Teddy. The things we've seen MV do in this game push the limits beyond what we always perceive as possible with their team comp. Iron Tiger is obviously one of the grappler functions in this game, but what makes him unique is the magnetism mechanic baked into some of his moveset that will pull you into him and manipulate your positioning on the screen. Combine Iron Tiger with Teddy, who is an item toss character that can manipulate the screen at will with a ton of screen alteration projectiles, and you get a recipe for chaos. In MV's hands though, it's a controlled chaos, almost as if it is a circus. Also, speaking of circus, he may or may not be a clown?
No, let me hear.
Listen, my words can't do this player any justice, whether I'm talking about his play or his personality, which is why I'm happy MV is one of our most consistent and popular streamers to this day. I'll link his stream in the description. Seriously, give him a follow and catch him live if you ever get the chance. The entertainment he provides matches his playstyle in the sense that both are one of a kind. Wait, what's that? You're looking for a content creator for BBTAG that is a waifu? I mean, yeah, we have one of those too. If I'm going to talk about Twitch streamers, then I'm going to feature Church here, because as far as being a pillar and beacon of the BBTAG scene goes, Church is truly in a league of her own. Church has been on the rise over the past few years and has grown to become the most popular BBTAG streamer in the scene. Once you watch her stream, it's really easy to see why. The sometimes chill, sometimes chaotic vibe she brings to the table really makes for an inviting viewer experience, and it seems like she basically never runs out of energy for hours on end.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Yo! You're actually stuck in the middle with me, brother. Let's go!
Church has definitely been responsible for getting a lot of people into the game, and a ton of people watching the game. She's grown the scene in a different way, by growing a community around herself first, and introducing the game into her content. By doing this, she's reached a target audience who may not have even known what BBTAG is had it not been for her existence. And for that, she deserves her flowers for bringing the BBTAG community their very own VTuber success story. Okay, well, yeah, that should tell you about the state of BBTAG, right? We covered the online community spaces, online tournaments, offline tournaments, the meta, VTubers. What else am I missing? We'll talk about PC tag later. That's a whole separate topic. Yeah, that's right. There's something I mentioned earlier that I said I'd come back to later. I need to give you a disclaimer about PC tag. PC tag. Blazblue Cross Tag Battle on PC. BBTAG on Steam. This port isn't good, and it used to be even worse. Now let's be clear here. This is by far not the worst fighting game port out there. In fact, there are a multitude of players who comfortably use this port as a primary mode of play. And you can too. We just need to cover a few nuances that apply to this port specifically. Just know that the port of the game has some stability issues, to say the least. It may crash randomly, you may get booted from matches inexplicably, and you may just be straight up unable to start matches at times. Luckily, these occurrences aren't for the majority of the time, but these situations do happen. There have been instances where online tournaments for PC tag have had to halt because connectivity issues were unsolvable, and the remainder of the tournament, based on player approval, was decided via will spins. Wait a minute, that's me. In regards to being unable to start matches though, I gotta teach you about the BBTAG shuffle real quick. It's a little dance you need to try if you're in the public lobby and you can't connect to your opponent. PS4 players, y'all should listen to this too. This happens over there sometimes. The best way to explain the BBTAG shuffle is show a live example of it happening. This is Flayon, a Hollow Stars VTuber talent who's kinda like me, except with more budget, a fully rigged model that isn't a PNG, an endless entertaining personality suited for live streaming, devilishly good looks, and actually isn't kinda like me at all whatsoever, aside from the fact that we've both played BBTAG at least once in our lives. Well, anyways, this footage is from a stream Flayon did about a year ago that was entirely on PC tag. Yes, the game crashed about 4 times in the first 2 hours, but most significantly, the BBTAG shuffle occurred at the 2-hour mark. Let's observe. You see that? Nasive seemingly cannot connect the Flayon, except that's not telling the full story. Nasive can connect the Flayon. The error message is a lie. They just need to obtusely switch sides on the player cabs and it'll be fine. Don't ask why this works, just know that it does, alright? I'm gonna save you some time in the future. Now, as far as performance issues go, there are some solutions, but just know that they aren't the most widely agreed upon solutions. You see, alongside being not the best optimized port in the world, the PC tag port is also quite limited in the graphics and visual settings that you're able to edit. However, there has been a mod developed called the Improvement mod, which alongside adding a ton of quality of life features such as a hitbox viewer and a color palette editor, it also provides an upgrade to overall game performance, and options to tinker with the graphics settings a bit deeper. It can be a real lifesaver to run this game if you're having trouble, but be careful. The Improvement mod has been known to at times cause issues in online matches, especially against people who are not also running the Improvement mod. Okay, now that's everything. So, should you play Blazblue Cross Tag Battle? Should you buy Blazblue Cross Tag Battle? Well, if you're interested in it, then yeah, this game is fire. Especially if it's on sale, it's the easiest cop of your life. I started playing BBTAG when it first released in May 2018. What got me into the game was my affinity for all the included franchises, and my drive to want to be a strong player in the game. What has kept me playing the game, however, is what I mentioned earlier. There really is nothing like this game. You may find some similarities in mechanics and some overlaps in mindsets in other Tag Reverses titles, but the fact of the matter is, BBTAG is one of a kind. So many high-level BBTAG players at one point in time over the past few years have said that they are done with the game, or that this is their last tournament, or that they will no longer grind the game, and to be fair, some of them have been able to stick to that word, but not all of them. I myself have even said on multiple occasions that I plan to drop the game, and although I don't play the game nearly as much as I used to, I do just find myself entering a CEO Otaku, or booting up PS4 Tag to see who's in the lobby, or randomly answering a ping for games in the Intertwining Fates server. We all come back for multiple reasons. Maybe we were theory crafting and came up with a new team comp we want to try. Perhaps our grind in other games have led us to one of the Mount Rushmore tournaments, and we entered BBTAG because why not? Or simply, we thought we'd be able to find a game on the saturated fighting game market that feels like BBTAG, and have ultimately come to the conclusion that such a game doesn't exist. All of these reasonings are valid and just goes to show the staying power this game has. That is why people are more or less still able to be found in public lobbies. People want to play the game, and truthfully, I think that's beautiful. People should play the game. You should play the game. And now, after watching this video, you should know where you can play the game and how to learn it. So get out there and do it. While you do that, I'm going to continue doing what I do. Wait, what do I do actually? I just realized I spent this entire video info dumping on y'all, and you may not even know who I am. Y'all booted up the video and you just received straight yapping about BBTAG for mad minutes of your life from this floating talking torso, and honestly, I appreciate you for that, so allow me to introduce myself. What's up, what's good, what's crackin'? My name is Kraken Atkins, and I'm a longtime BBTAG player who has dabbled in a variety of different games and scenes. I love this game and I love this community, but nowadays I'm more dedicated to the back ends of the scene as it relates to tournament organization and commentary. I've commentated at least one tournament in all of the Mount Rushmore offline tournaments, and I still do online commentary, mostly through my own events, WNF, and TMN, where I take a lot of pride in providing constructive criticism and advice for budding talent in those Training Mode Network brackets. I'm a co-founder of Plus Frames GG, an FGC production, event, and talent organization based out of Southern California. We host a ton of tournaments through Plus Frames GG, but one of my favorite events of the year that we host is an offline BBTAG tournament of our own called Weighted Fate. Awaited Fate happens every year, usually in the late winter, early spring timeframe. Think February or March in Riverside, California at Riverside Game Lab. We've been going 3 years strong with this annual event. The tournament is meant to be a celebration of the Blazblue franchise, hosting not only Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, but also Blazblue Central Fiction as headlining titles. Hell, this year in 2024, to honor the 15-year anniversary of the Blazblue franchise, we even hosted Blazblue Continuum Shift Extend, and that was absolutely insane to watch. Awaited Fate is an awesome one-day event that we really put a ton of effort into to make it the celebration of the anime fighting game titles that we know and love. So if you want to stay up to date about Awaited Fate, please consider following PlusFramesGG on Twitter. The full lineup and registration for Awaited Fate will be posted very soon, and I'd really love nothing more than to see more of the Blazblue community members give us a shot down here in SoCal. As far as what my next tournament is going to be before then, well, I'll be going to see Otaku this year. We were able to help Okada from Korea travel to his first offline North American tournament through the power of the community, so it would be a shame if I was not there to meet the bro. Maybe you'll see me on the stream, who knows, but for now, I should go prepare for all this BBTAG that lies ahead. I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm going to let this Kraken Atkins closing statement from Combo Breaker 2023 close the video out for me because I think he said it best.
BBTAG community, I know it's been 5 years since this game's been out. I know that there's probably no patch in sight. We've been playing on the same version of the game, but I'm telling you, this still felt like peak. We can get much higher. Support every tournament that you see BBTAG is on the lineup for, and long live Blazblue. We have much more heights to reach. So many players grinding this game, and I'm here for every single moment of it. I support, and I hope that you are too.